Hey there, this is Paul from PropelAuth. Today I want to show you how to enable SAML for your enterprise organizations. So here we are in the PropelAuth dashboard. First, let's navigate to the sign up and login page. Here you can see an enterprise SSO SAML login setting. All you have to do is enable this, and SAML is now enabled globally throughout your application. However, it is not yet enabled for any organizations. We'll get to that. While we're here, we can also edit the login settings. If we were to head to your login screen right now, you can see there's now a sign in with SSO button that was not there before. We can actually customize this. So back in PropelAuth, currently it's set to name, meaning that the user will be prompted to enter the name of their organization. You can also set it to domain. PropelAuth will attempt to match the email address that the user provides with a domain that has SAML enabled. And then we can also default to SAML login. There's an example here, but essentially if the user enters an email address that does not match a domain with SAML enabled, it will fall back to a password login. So let's save this for now. Next, let's click on the organizations page. Find the organization we want to enable SAML for. Click on settings at the top. Scroll down a little bit. You can find a can this organization set up SAML setting. And all you have to do is enable it. And now this organization is free to configure and set up SAML themselves. There's a few different methods we can take from here. But in the next example, we'll be logging in as a user in that org and then configure SAML from there. Let's pretend you're logged in as a user for the organization you just enabled SAML for. You can see in their account page, there's now an Enable SAML button. When we click on that, they can then choose which IDP they want to integrate with. Each of these options provides a guide specific to that IDP. And we also have another option in case the IDP isn't listed here. I want to integrate with Okta, so let's click on Okta. We can see the first step of the guide of how to set up the connection. We're provided some URLs. And here we have map user attributes. Each attribute here will match each user property that you have the setting collect via SAML enabled for. This is optional for your users. All we require is just the email field, but this does allow them to map attributes from their SAML provider directly to your application. On the next page, we show your users how to map their users to specific roles in your app. The roles listed right here are pulled directly from your application, so your users will see the roles available to them. This is completely optional, so your users can skip it if they want. On the last page, we instruct our users to copy and paste some values from Okta to PropelAuth, and I'll do that right now. All right, as your user, I have now completed the guide, and we're now in test mode. We can test the connection right now. When I click that, I'll be prompted to log in through Okta. Password's in. Let's click sign in. And we'll be redirected back to PropelAuth, and you can see the attributes and the values of those attributes carried over from Okta to PropelAuth. When we head back, since that worked, let's click on Finish and go live. An alternative to that is generating a SAML setup page link. You can send this link to someone in their IT department to then set up SAML. It doesn't require any login at all. You can just simply navigate to that page, and it'll look exactly like the steps that we went through earlier. Now, when any provisioned user from that organization wants to log into your app, all they have to do is click on Sign in with SSO, enter their email address. When they click Continue, they'll be redirected to their IDP. For me, that's Okta. I'm already logged in there, and I'm redirected to the app. And that's it. This organization now has SAML enabled and configured. As you noticed, this didn't take any changes at all to your code. All it did was take a few clicks in the dashboard and a few clicks by your users. If you have any questions about this, please do not hesitate to reach out to support@propelauth.com, and we're happy to assist you further. Thank you.